Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here,
and BlueDragonFive.
and welcome to the Kickback Cafe, the show where we kick back, relax, and talk about anything but Disney. Do you like my Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor? That was fun. All right, so yeah, this Batman vs Superman, the Comic-Con trailer. God, how long is this thing? Like 3.5 minutes?
Yeah, like 3 something.
Yeah, it's almost 4 minutes. It's like 3:39. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, this dropped. It's dropped at Comic-Con, of course, and we're just now getting around to talking about it because Christmas in July is kind of eating up our schedule. But BlueDragonFive, this is definitely a good trailer. I mean, it's definitely got a lot of people turned around on the movie. I'll tell you this much. In terms of, like, yeah, it's a great trailer. Some of the stuff presented in it does make me excited. Having said that, I feel like there's a fine line between thinking that they put together a really good trailer and actually thinking that the movie itself will be really good. We obviously saw Man of Steel. You know, of course, you and I have differing opinions on that, but
Very differing opinions, yes.
Man of Steel had a very, a very great trailer, and I felt a very mediocre result. But we seriously need to do a Man of Steel and Dark Knight Rises debate one of these days. I don't know why we haven't done that yet. But anyways, hold on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, oh man, I absolutely love this trailer. I thought it was great. This is the trailer we actually deserved. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, no. We don't have time for technical difficulties.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are here.
I need to get new speakers. Seriously. I'm like struggling with the one. Well, set up the trailer. Just go ahead and start setting it up. Start like talking about it.
Oh yeah, so folks, this is a really good trailer we have here. So let me go through here. So we start the trailer off, just going to rapid fire through what we see. Shot list here. So we hear Holly Hunter as a senator character, an original senator character for the film. She's leading the hearings on Superman, kind of the not McCarthy style per se, but the basically kind of the aftermath of the events of Man of Steel, kind of calling Superman into question. I assume they put out a beacon saying, "Hey, Superman, come down to Congress," or General Swanson from the prison would probably relay the message. The point is, Superman is down to like a congressional hall to have like a deposition of some sort, and we hear today is a day for truth, which again, when you see Superman with that image, guy all about truth, justice, American ways, that's a good line. And of course, on the outside, we guys really, this is where the Snyder style and the directing style really is used to its best. Just really, it's some really good shots laid out here, just really jazz you up for the movie. Again, that can kind of bite them sometimes, but here I think it works. So we see a long line as Superman's landing. We see protesters surrounding the place with signs and stuff saying, go home, like, no illegal aliens here, People really driving that whole alien thing of, like, all these people died, we're anti-Superman. There was one really realistic sign, really just kind of shakes you, because it's just, like, such a realistic thing of when it says, God hates aliens, it's like the whole Phelps thing, and it's just like, wow. And they're really, they're treating kind of the realistically here. It's just points for accuracy there. Like, this is what people would do if there was a Superman did all the stuff that happened there. So let's see. So as Superman lands, we see Superman is really concerned. He has that worried look on his face, which makes me heart instantly go out to the guy. And he walks in. It's like basically a kid's gotten in trouble and he's called to the principal's office. The guy was just really. It's like. Like he fought a bully to save like the girl or some other kid who was in trouble, and now he's going to the principal's office because he got into a fight. Essentially, that's the premise here. So Superman, he's walking into the place. Really awesome shot of like him walking, just like seeing him from behind with the red cape and everything. I think it looks cool seeing a fully costumed man walk into a court case almost. Looks really cool. And then we also hear Holly Hunter say. The world needs to know what happened. The the world needs to know what happened, what he stands for. That kind of power is dangerous, and that kind of power is dangerous. So then we see, oh man, my favorite shot in the thing. Oh my god, I absolutely adore the shot. This movie, if I wasn't already sold movie, which I am, how could I not be? Batman and Superman in a movie. But this, as to quote Kevin Smith, this sells a ticket instantly. This shot sells a ticket to me. It's like one of the most Batman moments I've seen in cinema. It's fantastic. Just emotionally is what I love about Batman. It is Bruce Wayne. Played by Ben Affleck, as we all know, but we finally see him in action in this Bruce Wayne getup, which I really like because it reminds me of the animated series Bruce Wayne and the vest and the long sleeve business attire. I really like that look on him. So the point is, it's Bruce Wayne. He's running around the chaos of apparently Metropolis. He's frantically running around. He's really trying to make a call. I assume he's trying to grab his bearings here, like trying to call someone in maybe. We see, apparently, this is the big grab of the thing. We see the aftermath, the direct aftermath of what happened with Zod. So literally, when Zod discovered his heat vision in Man of Steel, that's the moment that is happening while we're seeing it from Bruce Wayne's perspective, way down at the street level. Seeing beams of light come out from a building, kind of practically cutting it in half. Blasting it as they continue their fight. They go across the way and come out of the building, and the building crumbles. That large half of the building topples down. And Bruce Wayne's like, no! He's like, he's just really, oh my, he's horrified by this. As the building is just falling, and like this, as buildings tend to do in real life, Giant plume of dust and debris and dirt. And here's my favorite shot. This one just sells me.
I have just escaped from the Phantom Zone, and now you will kneel before sword.
Tiki,
I apologize. That was bad.
Well, Tiki, we're on my favorite shot of the trailer. We're on Bruce Wayne. He's running into the plume of dust and building debris. Just, oh my, such a Batman moment. Oh my God, I love this.
Well, first of all, let's just talk about it. I love the idea. I mean, I don't know how much of this is actually planned out or how much of it is Snyder and company reacting to the criticism, but I do like the idea that not only are they addressing it, but it seems to be a focal part of the storyline. The fact that the whole, oh, thank God you saved us by destroying half of Metropolis, Superman. Good job there. So it really seems like they're playing with that a lot, which is, like I said, I'm not sure how much of that is just kind of retroactively fixing things, but whatever, I'll go with it.
I think it's part of a plan, only they added Batman to the plan. That's what I think it is. I think they always had the intention of calling themselves on that.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd like to think that. I could be wrong, but I'd like to think that.
I'd optimistically like to think about it like that, but yeah.
I think it makes sense. How do you not factor all that stuff into another movie? Because, of course, the whole killing of Zod thing, too, that has to factor in the movie. Otherwise, that's completely uncharacteristic. But, again, let's not get too much into it.
I have no problem with the Zod thing, but let's not get into it. Yeah.
Point is, so, again, you see what I mean, though? That is my favorite shot of the whole trailer. I don't know, it's my favorite shot of the movies. I love seeing Bruce Wayne run into that plume of dust. Everyone else is running the other way. He's running right into it, just not deterred in the least. I love that.
So then we get into the Jeremy Irons thing, right?
Well, no, not yet. Then we see him holding this little girl in the ruins of the Wayne Financial District, and it's just a great shot. He's the anger on his face. Good stuff there. And we hear the committee holds him responsible.
Right.
No confusion. The committee holds Superman responsible. We see a nice, really office-style Batcave set up with a dock, which makes me think we're getting Batboat, which I like. We haven't seen the Batboat yet. Oh, actually, no, we've seen it. Never mind. We've seen it in Returns, but it'd be nice to see it again,
Making a comeback.
Yeah. So then
I'll tell you one of my favorite shots is the shot of Bruce Wayne shirtless pulling the tire with the rope.
Yes. Oh, that's it. So we have Alfred going into his whole fever speech. That's how it starts, with the fever, and then we see Bruce Wayne. He got a letter in the mail saying, "You in red writing, which is never a good sign in Gotham. You let your family die."
Right,
and it's been mailed to him, presumably by a man who loves to write in red. Presumably, maybe Joker. We don't know. People can just write in red to fake him out. Who knows? And point is, Bruce Wayne not happy in the slightest at that. Then we hear Alfred say the rage, and we see Bruce Wayne doing some, I believe what it's called is CrossFit training. So basically, use these objects that are just kind of fashioned into weights of some kind. basically it's like a tire with a rope.
Keep going.
Yeah, so it's like a tire with a rope. It's kind of some CrossFit training points. It looks like Bruce is getting back into shape. So there's a question raised, which we'll get into in a moment. Is he coming out of retirement? So then after going, it turns good men cruel, and he's looking at the bat suit. It's like it's turned around. This really cool setup it's got there, and then we have the reveal of Alfred as Jeremy Irons. And I gotta tell you, it looks really cool. I thought.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can talk now.
Good.
Yeah.
So Jeremy Irons is Alfred. We see Jeremy Irons as Alfred. It looks really cool.
I'm sorry. 1 sec. What was that?
We see Jeremy Irons as Alfred.
I'm really blowing this. Oh,
yes,
God.
we see Jeremy Irons as Alfred. It looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Then we see the GCPD. They pull up. We see a really cool shot of a batarang, and like they're coming up because I assume they got a call or something. They see a criminal has been chained up after presumably being beaten, having the tar beat out of him by Batman, and it even has like a bat symbol branded on him.
I love this idea of Clark Kent, not Superman, but Clark Kent as character as Clark Kent investigating Superman, or I'm sorry, investigating Batman. I was like, yes, that's exactly what I want to see, because that actually ties into how Man of Steel ended. And to tell you the truth, in this movie, I was almost kind of convinced that we were going to see none of Clark Kent in sort of classic Daily Planet, geeky reporter mode.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're going that route definitely, I'm not sure how much screen time is going to be devoted to it, but I like the idea of it. It all kind of ties together.
I'd assume first act is going to have mostly Clark Kent in it. That'd be my guess.
Sure.
So, this Bat Vigilante is a one-man reign of terror, again, after seeing him having brand the man. Also, following that, we see bats flutter after we hear the screams of a man, presumably a victim of the Batman. Screaming, causing the bats to flurry around. Then we have, again, the wonderful Lawrence Fishburne returning as Perry White.
Of course.
With Clark.
I didn't really feel like he got to do much. I mean, I love the casting choice. I really do. I thought it was really unconventional and outside the box. I just didn't really feel like he had a lot of screen time last time. So I don't know. I don't really think he'll have a lot of screen time this time either, because it's just a really jam-packed movie.
Yeah. However, I'll get to it in a minute. But anyway, yeah, you're right though. Okay, so then he's talking to Perry White. You don't decide what the right thing is. I love Perry White just saying that to Superman, just saying, hey, you don't decide what the right thing is. Just saying, hey, Superman, you don't have as much power as you think. Or he doesn't know he's Superman, but still, line coming across there. Mm-hmm. Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman. That was a cool line.
That's irony, because people actually do care quite a bit.
That's kind of cool, though. It sounds. Okay, so then.
Well, it's better than he's kind of hot. I'll give you that much.
Okay, it's definitely a lot better than that one.
Because that was awful. That was seriously like.
So then Lois, I didn't think it was that bad, but it wasn't. When you think about it, it was really not that good either.
It was awful. It was freaking awful.
I think it was awful. I just think it wasn't stunning or anything. So Lois.
No. I'm sorry. I'm hung up on this. It was a terrible moment. Like, it was a joke of a moment.
Okay, anyway, so Lois. So Lois this is a really nice callback to Man of Steel, I thought, of like Lois putting her hand on Superman's chest saying, this means something. Of course, the whole bond they have over what that symbol means, I thought was going to say.
Right.
Saying it's all some people have. And then we see my second favorite shot of the whole thing, next to the Batman running into the building debris.
That was a beautiful shot, yeah.
Again, the Zack Snyder flair really comes into this trailer properly this time. I get to see some really good Snyder shots here of like there's a flood going on, people on their roofs, and one of them has painted the Superman logo on their roof to kind of signal Superman in. And then you have Superman waiting. That's where you get like the godlike shot of him like over the building, like as a savior. It looks really cool. Okay, then we have Ma Kent here. So then we get Martha Kent saying, people hate what they. Oh, you want to take a serious moment, Tiki.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Diane Lane, she's just like, people hate what they don't. It's Lane, right?
Yeah. Well, no. It's Ma Kent. It's Diane Lane. Yeah, Lane.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We just had this debate. We get Diane Lane and Diane Keaton mixed up. But yeah, Diane Lane. She's she's like, be the hero they want you to be, Clark. Be their icon. Be their symbol. Be their beacon of hope. Or be none of it. And then she utters what I think is my favorite line of the whole trailer. She's like, "You don't owe this role a thing." And I'm like, man, that just puts everything in Superman into perspective in such a nice, fascinating way. Like, to tell you the truth, I think it's kind of like, it was what they were trying to do with Pa Kent, but it's not nearly as sociopathic as Pa Kent.
Well, you know, some people are reacting to it in a similar way to Pa Kent, which I don't think it's that. Well, I mean, I'll admit.
No, I disagree with that. I don't think it's nearly as on the nose as the Pa Kent.
I think it's more so. It's more endearing.
Because Pa Kent is just like, well, yeah, let people die. Sure, do it.
She's saying just do what you want to do, but don't feel like you owe allegiance.
And Pa Kent even goes out of his way to make. Let's not even get into.
Yeah, okay. The point is, I think I would say it's not exactly like the Pa Kent thing. It's better than the Pa Kent thing. Which again, whether you agree with it or not, is controversial. The Pa Kent thing. I think Ma Kent thing's a little more universal towards the side of it's better.
Okay, cool.
You know, obviously the point, it's an endearing thing for a mother to say to her son. Which again, these two had a really good dynamic in Man of Steel, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. That was actually one of the few things of Man of Steel I really did latch onto. For some reason, I really did think that they had a good dynamic going on.
We get one of my favorite things just in general with Batman and Superman. We see Superman saving people, and he's doing like a little fire rescue. They have the weird shot people in the skull makeup are praying to him.
I'm still not entirely sold on that shot, but I will admit it works a lot better in context here.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, we'll see how it pays off. It's kind of cool, but I need context for that thing. I have no idea what's going on.
Right.
But then we have the rocket save, which is really cool. You know, like saving the rocket that's kind of derailed.
Mm-hmm.
The whole like you don't owe these people thing, nothing you never did. Then we see Luthor's assistant, who I'm assuming is Mercy. I'm really happy if they call her Mercy, because that's a character from the comics.
Okay.
Basically, it's Luthor's Harley Quinn, which is really cool.
And then let's get into it. Let's get into Eisenberg.
So you have Sander is kind of. I'm getting a sense that the Sander is filling in for Amanda Waller for this movie, because people speculate whether Amanda Waller was going to be a big fixture as the Sander type character in this movie. She might be. I don't know, but I'm thinking Holly Hunter's filling in for that role.
Right.
Because maybe they want to like keep her.
I thought it was Holly Hunter. I freaking thought it sounded like Elastigirl.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, she's an original character. We don't know anything about her. Just she's a senator at this point. Mm-hmm. And so far, she's a better senator than Padme.
Oh God!
So we got Holly Hunter and Luthor.
Low blow. Well, even Padme was a better senator than Jar Jar.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that. But come on, it's a low bar. The point is, the Holly Hunter's talking to Luthor, and we have this devil line from the first trailer, which is it's still pretty cool. You know, saying the whole thing about devils coming from beneath us. They really come from the sky. And we see the really cool shot of like kind of Luthor in power over Superman. With there's a bandage on his hand. Some people have done fan art showing there's kryptonite in the band. We don't know. We didn't see any kryptonite in the band. At least I did.
That could be.
I don't know. I saw the back of it. I didn't see the front of it.
Okay, I'm gonna say this as like probably like the #1 supporter of the casting of Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, this guy's really vocal about his love for Eisenberg Luthor.
I loved it. I wanted Jesse Eisenberg Luthor since the beginning, since before they even cast him.
Yeah, I'm just not I'm the only guy like not shooting them down.
I think they made a mistake here. I think that he should have been bald from the beginning. I don't really know what they're gonna gain.
Well, it might be a wig.
That's true.
I'm saying Luthor. They've done. It's kind of a weird thing. Apparently, I think Cap said it best that that all the interviews.
Even if it is a wig, it still looks like classic dopey Jesse Eisenberg with the long hair, and I think that's a mistake. I think with that's the image that you need to get away from with Jesse Eisenberg, and I think him with the bald head is going to be amazing because it's something we've never seen from him, and I legitimately do think he has the acting chops to pull it off. That being said, I think it's a missed opportunity to not just have him be bald from the beginning.
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay, let's say it's not a wig. Let's say it's hair and he loses the hair throughout the process of the movie. If that's the case, I really don't know what the hell we gain from that from a character development standpoint.
Well, one, it might be the kryptonite makes him lose his hair, because that's usually how it goes. Like, he gets I shouldn't say it's not how he usually goes. Sometimes he gets cancer, and that just, maybe the cancer is going to equal the hair loss, maybe. I don't know. But that's sometimes. I shouldn't say all the time. It's not all the time. So
look, like I said, I am someone who wants people to love Eisenberg Luthor, and I want to love him myself, of course. But I am kind of now fighting against it because they just made the mistake of just not having him be bald from the get-go and just not having him, like, I mean, who knows? Maybe when I see the movie, it'll all totally make sense to be a freaking beautiful character arc.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, look, what I'm saying with the whole thing is, like, Cap is said, like, kind of weird thing. With the interview, whenever people have been getting interviews, are kind of the complete opposite of what we actually see in the trailers and stuff with the premise of the movie. And with that said, like, the Eisenberg himself is showing, like, it could be a complete 180 given what's happening with all the other interviews. Like, Eisenberg said he's not really looking at any of the other Luthors, and maybe they're just doing their own thing. However, I mean, all the other Luthors had wigs, though, so I don't know. If it's with everything else, it'll be the opposite of what he says, and that means they're doing the wig thing.
Okay.
It might be that. I'm just saying, usually the wig thing is something they've done with Luthor, and what I think it might be, giving a logical reason, if it's a wig, assuming it's a wig, I think it might be Luthor just trying to play up a persona, and like really, like he just takes the thing off. He's like more of a cunning, like close-knit guy.
If that's the case, then that would be fascinating in a way, because it would literally kind of be like almost a double meaning of Eisenberg himself fighting against the Eisenberg persona. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, see, what I think they're going for is like kind of like another Bruce Wayne type thing of like, you know, he has a double life himself. Like he's actually the more terrifying, cunning, brilliant scientist with the bald head who's like just like I'm all about precision and like I will cut your throat when you're not looking.
And it kind of looks like 80s era Steve Jobs with the the long hair. And
it's like I think he's playing up like the new billionaire, the Facebook
like the Silicon Valley .com billionaire.
Yeah, that's what I think he's built. Yeah, that's what he's trying to sell to people. But really, he's like more like classic Luthor than anyone thinks he is.
Sure. Okay, if that's the case, you kind of sold me a little bit on that. If that's the case, though, but
that's an assumption.
Damn trailers.
Either that, or maybe another interesting way is if he has hair, maybe like he wants to make himself bald to have a distinct thing, so people like don't like. But Bruce Wayne coming back and Superman in the fray wants to make himself distinct, maybe.
All I'm saying is that, like I said, I just think the hair is a little too on the nose, like, oh, it's long Jesse Eisenberg hair, like he has in every other movie role, and the big complaint people have with Eisenberg is that he plays the same role every time, and look, I agree with that to a certain extent. There's definitely movies that he's been in where I'm just like, dude, you're just phoning it in. 30 Minutes or Less is a perfect example of that. That movie is just sheer mediocrity besides Danny McBride, who's pretty funny. But, you know, when he does something great, like The Social Network, or The Squid and the Whale, or Zombieland, or Adventureland, he really hits it out of the park. So I think, especially in terms of, like, I've always compared I want to see his Luthor just be, like, a more genuinely evil version of Mark Zuckerberg from The Social Network, and I think it would be great.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how...
And I've told you before, the thing with Eisenberg Luthor, I'm really hoping for just what I've seen him in one movie. I've only really seen him in his entirety for one movie with Now You See Me. Just seeing that sold me on him being Luthor, because it could be I can buy him as a Luthor that just does what the classic Luthor does, like walking into a room, being the smartest guy in the room, kind of unraveling, like thinking of 17 ways to undo a person.
Sure, right.
Like there's a comic little thing with Luthor where it's like he was paid like $1 billion to basically give people 1 minute of his time to solve a problem, and he did that. That's I can see him playing that Luthor. That's the one I can see him playing. Okay, anyway, so let's see. Okay, so after the
so we have Zod.
Yeah. So wow. I mean, yes. People been speculating like Zod's dead body being used for stuff, like maybe making a Doomsday. Some people speculate. I don't buy it personally, but I think there's a smarter thing going on with him.
Then I don't want to spend too much time on this shot because we all know what it means and it's awesome.
First of all, I want to ask you something. Do you think it's Zod's body or Zod's head? Because the container said head, and then we saw Zod unzipped, but I don't know.
I mean, I've always thought it was just his full body, but I don't know. It looks like he was in a body bag.
Yeah, I'm just saying the thing weirdly said head, which makes me a little like, wait, what?
Okay, but seriously, how awesome is that freaking costume?
Yes, well, first of all, it's like 20 years in Gotham, how many good guys left? Then we see the Robin costume. And
no, I'm just a casual Batman fan, and I kind of went nuts for that. I'm sure you were just over the moon.
Yeah, people, I still see people complaining, saying, where's the giant penny?
Oh, come on! It's totally, like, not that kind of Batman. I mean, look, I think if it weren't for Marvel being so successful, I think we might have gotten closer to that type of a Batman. But I think at this point, DC wants to differentiate themselves by being dark and gritty and whatever. And to tell you the truth, the Suicide trailer kind of sold me a little bit more on that than anything else has so far, but we'll see how they go. But I'm just saying, like, if it weren't for Marvel being as prevalent as it is, I think we probably would have gone for a more campy, not necessarily campy, but just a more lighthearted Batman. But with Marvel being how it is, I think DC's just kind of like, they don't want to, and I think they're being smart about it. They don't want to copy Marvel's formula. And that's why this movie in particular, you know, it's Dawn of Justice, so they're introducing kind of like a whole bunch of characters. We'll see how well that turns out. It's still very much up in the air. But you know what I mean? They're trying something different. They're kind of basically having not an Avengers movie, not a Justice League movie, but a movie that essentially brings all these characters together and then spins it out from there, which is kind of the opposite of how Marvel approached it.
The point is, we get the Jason Todd Robin. Well, we're assuming Jason Todd. We see a Robin suit.
I would be shocked if it wasn't Jason Todd. I'd be like, what the hell's going on?
Well, it says it's 20 years in Gotham, so I think Jason Todd's a good bet. So,
yeah.
So 20 years.
And of course, we know Leto Joker did that.
Yeah, then we see ha ha ha, jokes on you, Batman. Oh, so I love seeing it like spray painted on the suit. Oh god. Then we see Diana Prince, Wonder Woman's alter ego. How many? No, there's a good question. Like, how many stayed that way? You know, that put out there. I'll get into my concerns over that line when we get into the thing after we run through the shots here. We see those Superman soldiers back again.
Right. Batman lighting up the bat symbol.
Yep. Also seeing Superman walk in the dark is kind of intimidating because I think I know where he's heading for an interrogation style scene with Batman. So we see the Batman unsheathing the bat signal, turning it on. And here's another big concern line we'll get into in a moment, and we have to destroy it. So then we have someone diving underwater. We see horses riding, presumably in a desert setting. We have the Wayne murder with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. That was a big surprise.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we got Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne. That's a good Thomas Wayne.
It all ties together. Thomas Wayne is secretly the comedian. That's what Gotham was talking about with the whole stoic shit.
Well, comedian wasn't exactly stoic. He was more psychotic and a rapist.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
Seriously, a lot of rape. Just saying. I mean, a lot of rape.
I know. I get it.
Not funny or anything either. It's just a lot of rape.
Okay, I get it. You don't have to keep saying it.
Okay. So we see the Batwing kind of flying, a lot of chaos going on. We see Lois in shock looking at something. We see Bruce eyeing Diana at a party. We see Wonder Woman deflecting a blast with her bracelets, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah, it looks cool. She looks cool. Of course, they strategically did not have her say anything.
All right. So,
I won't comment on that. I'll just put it out there.
There. So then there's we're going to war line.
Oh, I love this. This is like the coolest thing in the trailer.
And this apparently is based off something from the comics. I mean, I just know in general it's like when Batman goes globetrotting, he would wear something like this over his head.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
I mean, this is literally taken from a comic. I'm not quite sure which one, but I'm saying this is like design. So we see Batman again globetrotting here. He's like in his desert costume. And he's fighting the Superman soldiers, which is pretty cool.
No, I think that shot of Batman fighting the Superman soldiers might be my favorite shot in the whole trailer. Man, I'm so goddamn sold on Affleck Batman. It's not even funny.
I told you,
I think Affleck is gonna freaking kill it. I really do. I am so sold on him.
I was like, if I wasn't 99, if I wasn't in like the 80s sold on him, I'm like 90 in the 90s now to see him run into that debris field, Just that plume.
I think Affleck is going to do for Batman what Heath Ledger did for the Joker. I think he's just going to completely reinvent the character.
We'll see. I mean, I don't see how that's not a possibility. I mean, I think he could do really good with it.
Yeah. Okay.
So, anyways, I just again seeing him run into that plume. Oh god, I love that shot. Okay, anyway, so then we see a few shots of the Batmobile. We see Batman fighting people awesomely in that suit. So that was my big concern with him being cast. Of if he was gonna when we saw the first shot of him bulk in the costume, it looked awesome. I was wondering, can he move in that thing? But it looks like he can, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
That's my fear, that he wouldn't be able to. I mean, it looks awesome, but can he move in it?
So we see Eisenberg in just full-on Edward Nygma mode.
Well, we hear, like, no, he is not our enemy. We hear Alfred, like, trying to get that through Bruce's thick skull. Right, saying, he is not our enemy. And we see a motorcycle heading to LexCorp, probably
I love Alfred, man. I think Jeremy Irons is also going to do a really good job.
Such a cool-looking outfit. I love he's dressed like kind of like a conventional butler. He has, like, the glasses on, too. It looks really cool. I love him. He's awesome. He hasn't said that much. I'm just sold on Irons Alfred instantly. So we see a lot of shells on the ground with the basketball, which makes me think we might begin. So again, there were a few villains thrown out originally, like when the Amanda Waller stuff was in the air. Right. There's going to be an assassin who uses his guns, and that could either be Kane or KG Beast. KG Beast pretty much like a hulking guy with a machine gun for an arm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could see he was like in the Suicide Squad animated movie, so I mean it's not beyond the realm of possibility. Okay. We see kind of Batman versus Superman with that great awesome shot of like Dark Knight Returns style jump on Superman's chest, bursting through a window.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
And again,
seriously, how kinetic and fun is this fight going to be if they pull it off, right?
And you know me, it's those light up eyes. I'm sold. Oh, they have the light up eyes. And we see Wonder Woman she's in the battle too. She's in battle.
Oh, is she?
No, I mean, no, not that battle. She's in another battle.
Oh, okay.
The earlier battle we saw. I'm just saying she's still in battle.
Right.
Getting knocked around a little. Then we see in the same battle, presumably, Superman's like he's really angry. He's got like a heat blast going against what looks like Batman. He gets out of the way just in the nick of time to use my favorite gadget, the grappling gun, which we've seen at Comic-Con. They show what the gadgets look like at Comic-Con. Well, they all look pretty good. Mm-hmm. So then again, Eisenberg's getting to his stuff. You go through the Eisenberg.
Okay, so I'm like, if this is supposed to be like just straight up like, oh, look at quirky Eisenberg Luthor, then I am not sold at it at all, and I think it's stupid. If it's supposed to be like, oh, look how uncomfortable and awkward Eisenberg is, and you should be kind of put off by it,
tell you that much,
then I think it's brilliant.
He's kind of had some really weird comments about going to Comic-Con. It's kind of sound that he might have issues being with crowds.
Well, dude, don't blame him for that. I mean, fuck, man, I would never go near Comic-Con. Oh my God, that's way too many people.
I'm not blaming for that. He had a really weird analogy for it, though. That's all I'm saying. He had a really weird analogy.
Oh, I know what it is.
Look, I get he's nervous. I'm just saying it's kind of really weird choice of words.
Very poor choice of words. Poor choice of words.
That's all I'm saying. But I'm saying I think he could play
that didn't help his publicity. It really didn't.
Again, I'll tell you what I think it is, Dig. I think it's him playing up the hair of like that one personality. That's maybe why he's hamming up for that side of it, just to get the personality.
Okay. I just hope it's not just like, oh, look at quirky Luthor. You should laugh at him. It's funny. I hope it's deeper than that. I'm
thinking like when he drops the facade, when the hair comes off, he's just like he's in him like all to himself. Just
he turns into just straight like cold, calculated Zuckerberg mode.
I'm saying this is like the guy like shuts everyone out. He's in his own corner doing his own thing, like out thinking like you take a step into a room when he doesn't want you in there, he will like make you cry in the corner.
Anyways,
see some shots of Superman and Lois.
Well, hold on. Let me say the line. He's delivering his line. I really do like the line.
Go on.
The red capes are coming.
Oh, before that.
The red capes are coming.
Before the red capes.
I don't know what's before the red capes.
He says black versus blue, God versus man, Batman grapples away, Dave versus Night. We see Lois and Superman together. Then we see Superman getting really mad at Batman. We see Batman crashes through a window awesomely. Oh, God, I love the way he crashes through that window. The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming. Batman Superman.
I don't know, there's just something about that delivery that's really unique. It kind of sells me on it. Like I said, unless the direction they're trying to go is look how quirky it is. But I don't think I think it's more sort of like off-putting awkward than anything else.
So then we see our last awesome shot of Superman walking up to the kind of the crashed Batmobile.
And he's like, fuck you, ceiling.
And this he, well, I guess roof, but yeah.
It was.
Point is, this is a reference to Dark Knight Returns, by the way, where he rips the roof off the Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
Where he basically, he peels away like the cool opening doors on the Batmobile, because that's how it opens, like little sides come off. He completely rips them off, throws them away.
And then Batman's just like, oh, hell no, you did not.
He literally stands up to Superman, literally just like stands up face to face.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So I got basically boil my stuff down to three things. My thoughts. One question. Again, I think the big question is because it's not completely certain. Some people think it's completely certain. Which the question, if they're going the complete returns route of a Batman coming out of retirement, if that's
right, yeah, that is something that's
because some people are thinking it's going to tie into Suicide Squad. Which, I mean. There is some evidence for it, but not enough when you really look at it, because, again, it looks like Harley Quinn.
Obviously, the Joker stuff is going to tie into Suicide Squad.
Well, again, not necessarily, because that last shot is not who they think it is. It's Harley Quinn.
Wait, what do you mean?
Remember, I told you, like, the person he's talking to at the end, it's not Robin, it's Harley Quinn.
No, but I'm still saying just the fact that the Joker is referenced here, and he's also in Suicide Squad. That's... it's still going to be loosely it's in the same universe. It's got to be connected to Suicide Squad.
There's also like a question of like some people are saying that Suicide Squad might be set before this movie, which I'm not sure about, because Amanda Waller's opens with a line saying like Superman is Superman must have inspired these people, which I'm thinking, well, it's probably after Batman Man. That's a guess. It could be after Man of Steel, but still kind of close proximity.
Right. Anyway, so
we'll
talk more about that.
Sure. That's my question, though. Basically, if he's coming out of retirement, which again could still work. I mean, I think it's still a cool idea if he comes out.
Except we already just saw that, though. That's the only thing.
Well, yeah, but this is like kind of they're doing. Well, this is them actually doing the story. That was before. That was just them kind of making a few references.
I'm sorry. That was like the single worst decision that Nolan made in that whole trilogy. I'm sorry.
The reasons for it could have been a little stronger, but still.
Yes, they could have. They could have been a lot stronger. It basically boils down Batman to a whiny emo.
He didn't do it just for the girl.
All right, this is why we need to have the Dark Knight Rises debate podcast.
Gotham was okay at the moment, okay?
Dark Knight Rises debate podcast. That's all I'm saying. We need to get this settled once and for all. We need to have a mutual third party on it as a judge.
I think you mean neutral, not mutual.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, but the point is, I'm saying him coming out of retirement could definitely
mutual with me because I'm the correct opinion.
They haven't had the similar circumstance with the whole Robin costume set up for Dark Knight Returns, because in that story, it's basically it's the what if he retired after Jason Todd gets killed. That's the Dark Knight Returns premise. Okay. And that would fit with this, and maybe explaining why he might retire and why he's a little more Bruce Wayne at the beginning when Man of Steel stuff's going on than Batman.
Sure.
So there's a chance of that. Then again, from what they revealed, I heard at Comic-Con here, really two main things of note happened at the panel. One, they confirmed that Gotham and Metropolis are really close to each other, so that's why Bruce Wayne was in such close proximity to Man of Steel events, because they're sister cities. They described it as San Francisco and Oakland.
That is quite close.
So that's what they said, like basically across the bay from each other, and so I assume that they're on the outskirts of Metropolis when Zod discovered his heat vision.
Okay, I can
see that. That's my guess. And that's basically maybe.
As someone who lives in the Bay Area, I can see that kind of geographically working out.
So that's what's been confirmed, which makes me think it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be retirement. It could just be as close.
Because Oakland is literally like right there. And it's like right on top of San Francisco.
Yeah, and they said essentially San Francisco is the Metropolis side and Oakland's the Gotham side, essentially.
That is incredibly accurate.
Okay, so also to quote
Dave Chappelle really quick, it's like you leave San Francisco and they're just like, bye, welcome to San Francisco, come back in April, we're having a sale on Birkenstocks. And then you get to Oakland and you're like, and it's all like, welcome to Oakland, bitch. Not so happy on that side of the bridge. I'm sorry.
All right, So I think there's a question of how the retirement thing might fit into it. He's getting back in shape, it looks like, with the whole CrossFit stuff, and it looks to be kind of a Dark Knight Returns-ish moment with the two cops finding the guy. Now, here's the thing. Also, it would make a noteworthy story of why Superman would be reporting on Batman. Well, he's coming out of the woodworks again.
Right.
Okay, so here's what I'm dreading. Moving on.
What are you dreading? What is
I'm dreading this because there's a lot of evidence to support this in this trailer, which makes me. I'm really hoping against all hopes this is not true, but if it happens, I'm going to be really sad about it. It's looking a lot like they're going to kill off Gordon, and I'm going to be really sad about that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There was a rumor going on about that, and I'm just saying there's one line he has in this trailer.
For you, man. I'll be sad for you.
So let me tell you what the evidence is that makes me think this is going to happen. A few things, a few strong things. Again, I would love it if I was wrong about this. I would love it. Just if he doesn't have to be in the movie, just don't kill him. That's all I'm saying. Just don't kill him.
No, what if it's like Bryan Cranston just comes out as Gordon? Just like, surprise, motherfucker.
I would like donate several bank accounts. So the point is, we see the bat. First of all, the bat signal is covered up. So which implies
That's true.
Then again, Dark Knight Returns, it hasn't been used for a long time, but still, the idea that why wouldn't he
Gordon was still alive in Dark Knight Returns?
Yeah, he was alive in Dark Knight Returns.
Make sure.
I'm saying there's a question of why would it be covered up if it wasn't? Again, it calls into question retirement. So is it not used because Batman retired, or is it not used because Gordon's not around? Why would Batman be doing it, not Gordon? You know.
I was actually wondering that, why Batman would be, like, lighting... I guess it's just sort of a symbol, you know what I mean?
Well, it's also because Gordon doesn't want to fight Superman. That's probably a big reason why he's not doing it. But you see what I mean, though? Why would it be covered up if it's not in continual use?
No, I'm just saying, like, Batman lighting the bat symbol as a symbol, you know, like, oh, Batman has returned. That's definitely more practical than him, like, you know, just suddenly becoming a master, like... you know, like oil painter on the bridge and whatever.
Yeah, but seriously, there's one thing though of like, it could also be, or I'm hoping it is. Again, this is me hoping I'm wrong here. It could just be, well, you put the thing to cover the signal so it doesn't get rain on it.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping it is. I'd love it if that were the case, but it's probably not. Also, the big reason I'm really worried about Gordon is because Affleck had a line in here as saying, "How many good men are left?"
Oh, yeah.
Because when he says men, if you're just saying, you know, because Robin's gone and him saying good men are left, which makes me think, Gordon's not a good man. Who?
Right.
Which makes me think, oh, no, no wonder Batman's bummed out. You know, here's the interesting thing. Seriously, here's the interesting thing. In the Wolfgang Peterson Batman-Superman movie that was pitched called Superman vs. Batman, the pitch of that was like, what if Robin, Alfred, and Jim Gordon were dead?
Okay.
And it makes me think, oh, no. Oh, it's like the giant spider in the Man of Steel. No. But not that I had a problem with that. That was a fun little reference. But I'm still saying, no, that means things are coming back, which means Gordon's going to be dead. No.
Right.
There's a question of, like, if there's, like, a stupid rights thing going, maybe that's why they can't use Gordon. They're going to just doing, like, a stupid thing of killing him off screen, saying, oh, he died. But no! But you know, like a rights thing because he's on Gotham, they won't have too many Gordons on the airwaves. But then again, Flash is going to have a movie, and yet he has a TV series. I'm wondering what that deal is. There was a Suicide Squad on Arrow. Now there's a Suicide Squad in the movie. So I'm wondering how these rights things work out precisely. All I can say is, regardless whether he is dead or not, again, if he has unfortunately passed away, I am hoping to God that he is in the Batman movie coming out. I don't care if it's a flashback or I'm hoping if the movie doesn't just say he's alive, if it's not that, if it's just he's dead, I'm hoping that movie's gonna be like take place in the past or something, so we can still have Gordon in that movie. You know, the Affleck movie is called The Batman. From what I hear, it's the working title on it right now, The Batman. So again, I'm hoping it's all hopes Gordon is not dead, because there's a chance either Barbara is going to be made police commissioner or something. I don't know.
Right.
We'll see. So that's what I'm dreading, because there's a lot of evidence supporting that Gordon might be dead.
Oh God, what if it's Barbara from Gotham as the police commissioner?
Don't you dare joke about that. Okay, so here's what I'm really concerned about. Here's the only thing in this trailer I am really worried about.
Okay.
So again, dreading is like, it's unfortunate. It looks like the cards are going to kill me on that one. This one I'm really worried about, because there's a chance this could really hurt the movie, really hurt the Batman. A Batman setting out to destroy Superman. I got a problem with that. If it's in the trailer, so Batman literally says, "We need to destroy. He could wipe out the whole human race. That's why we need to destroy it."
So that's, yeah, okay, so you're saying that definitely is in violation of the no-killing rule.
Yeah, which, I don't know, again, it's a question of, there might be an interesting thing of, like, Batman viewing him as, like, just, there's always a thing in comics for Batman, he'll kill a parademon because it's like, it's a demon, it's a monster that with no thoughts or emotions. It's like in Apocalypse, they have these things called parademons, just like flying monsters. Like, you can kill them, Batman can kill monsters.
Sure.
For the most part. Like, if they're non-sentient, like, pretty much like they're animals, the animal-like monsters, he can kill them.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm wondering, like, if that counts for aliens or not. And it depends how he's viewing Superman. So we think it'd be a problem if he at first saw him as like a major threat. He tried to attack him lethally, but then he realized, okay, that's not the case. Would that be still a bad thing, or what do you think?
I just don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm really mixed up. I'm just hoping it's like him misspeaking. I'm really hoping they're going to play it off like it's the only way to say it.
It could just be an out of context line. You know what I mean? You never know with trailers. Trailers are just tricky.
If anything, the way it sounds, the way I'm hoping is like he's first like this is a very angry, violent Batman. That's what they've been selling for this movie. This is a Batman who's very angry. And he's maybe potentially a retired Batman coming back into the fray, and this is a really blue one. So what I'm hoping is that this is like a Batman who's jumping the gun. He's like gotten a little sloppy this time. Sure. I'm saying he's saying to Alfred, "We got to destroy this thing." Then Alfred comes with the whole, "He's not your enemy." I'm basically
maybe it's just like Man of Steel, where he's imperfect. I mean, with Man of Steel, they're kind of righting that wrong, but maybe that's how it is right off the bat. It's like you were saying, he's just kind of sloppy.
Yeah, but I'm still saying, no, I'm saying verbally for a moment, like he says, I'm going to destroy it. Then Alfred reminds him, no, you can't do that. What are you talking about? That's what I'm hoping is. It's a little more different with Batman. Batman's absolutely no killing. Superman, they've actually, that's a new thing, and they're actually doing stuff with it. I don't know. Batman's a little different with that.
Right.
All right,
so seriously, I need to wrap this up because I need to go to bed.
Okay, let me hit you with some quick spec.
Really quick.
Okay, so we see that moment in the trailer where Superman's using his heat vision to attack Batman quite lethally.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, that's also a little wrong. That would show you that Superman has learned nothing from Man of Steel. Here's what I think it is. I think because Batman, it could be out of sequence.
I'm kind of over this whole, they're trying to kill each. It's Batman versus Superman. Of course they're attacking each other. I don't.
No, attacking's fine. I'm saying lethal. Like Superman's going to blast Batman to oblivion.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't see any problem with that.
Let me hit you with this real quick. So I'm thinking with that, because it looks like it's really intense, and it looks like if it's the same shot, it looks like Batman's it could not be the same shot. I don't know. He's not in his armor at this point, which makes it a little more worse. So I'm thinking this is Superman under Luthor's control. I think Luthor's going to mind control Superman.
Okay.
Because again, he's like kneel before Luthor. So again, I think he's doing it for some reason. I have a theory with the whole Zod thing. I think he's somehow going to use Zod's body to link into Kryptonian brainwaves or something.
That's interesting.
My point is, I think he's going to use Zod's body to somehow manipulate Superman. At least I know he's going to use Zod's body to figure out how to use kryptonite, because we saw a bit of kryptonite too.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, that was kind of the moment where he looked kind of like he was in Edward Nygma gear. He's like, "Ooh, look at me! I'm waving my hands in a strange manner."
Yes, well, you see what I mean, though. I'm saying I know he's going to use Zod's body to crack the kryptonite code, but I'm thinking also maybe use the biology to figure out how to manipulate Superman. Which of course is going to fuel the whole anti-Superman thing of Superman, look at what was power. He almost killed Gotham this time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying there might be a bit of that. So again, Batman not in the armor. I'm thinking this whole section's part of a fight where this is I'm thinking this is second act fight. And I'm thinking the third act is going to be the armor fight or something like that. Not the entire third act, but I'm saying half the third act.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe that's their first battle, and that's Batman learning, well, I need armor to fight this guy, so I can't just go around in my bat suit. I got to armor up. And also, I'm thinking in that fight, just to support why Batman doesn't get killed by the heat vision and stuff, because it looks like he and Wonder Woman know each other in this universe.
I mean, that makes sense, in the context of just bringing the whole team together, and it kind of cut out a lot of the fat of, introducing everyone for the first time. So
I'm thinking, he's calling, during this fight, he's calling Wonder Woman to fight him, because you'll notice, Wonder Woman's background when she's fighting, it's, the same background as these guys fighting. So I'm thinking, he calls her in to help out, because why would he not? Batman's a smart guy, I can't deal with this guy. I'm going to call him the Amazon
to
help out. Well, we got other things to speculate on, but I think we should.
Please no, please no.
Let me see if there's anything
here.
Okay, let me see if there's anything pertinent, real quick. Just anything like you need to say, real quick. I can wait. I can wait. I can also wait. Let's see, one more thing. So Bruce, Gotham 20 years. Oh yeah, well, let me hit you one thing.
Okay.
So I'm thinking.
Final closing thought.
Yeah, sure. So if again, this is before I really found out the whole like neighboring cities thing. But assuming, regardless, the point is they're close by, but he can still Travels is still different than Gotham. I'm thinking after Gotham after 20 years has reached with Batman and Gotham creating like this great legend, because that's the interesting thing with this movie. Like Superman has had like a negative reputation at this point. Batman, people respect Batman. I thought it was an interesting dynamic we had set up at this point. All the marketing,
right? And Clark Kent's only sort of the only one who's like, oh, this guy is. And I love how Clark Kent is definitely skeptical of Batman in much the same way Batman's skeptical about Superman.
So here's what I'm thinking. Here's my kind of interesting theory that after 20 years in Gotham, as Batman's had 20 years in Gotham, Gotham has reached a point of at least some stability, I'm thinking. Like decent stability. Maybe not Rise's level, but, you know, a stable place. And basically, because Joker is thought, I'm going to assume Joker thinks he's won after killing Robin. If Batman, this is assuming Bruce retires, okay? So assuming Bruce retires, the way it usually goes with this thing, the way Dark Knight Returns goes with this thing, you know, Joker kills Jason Todd, Batman retires, Joker has no reason for living because no Batman. That's why he's probably comfortable in prison with the Suicide Squad, you know?
Exactly.
It's like, well, no Batman. I can just stick in prison or Arkham.
Like,
or
whatever.
And basically, you know, Bruce is this. I'm thinking my idea for really why he's close to Metropolis. If he's not just like the outskirts of Metropolis, or if he's actually in Metropolis for the Wayne Financial District, it's going to be he's trying to distance himself more from the trauma he suffered in Gotham. So he's just trying to branch out a little to a brighter city. And then, of course, Superman brings all that trauma back in his face with killing all the employees in his building.
Right.
So that's what I think that'd be an interesting way to get Batman back out of retirement. When I'm speculating on that, but you see what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Well, look, we got more suspect on. We're gonna probably hold that off until we get into like all the other cool Comic-Con stuff we got.
It's gonna be it was a good Comic-Con this year, I thought.
Yeah, we had a lot of great, solid stuff this time.
It really was.
It wasn't like a ridiculous amount, but it was good stuff though.
Of course, Marvel is awful doing its own thing.
Yeah, I was impressed.
23, I think.
Yeah, I was impressed that we got all the stuff without Marvel really even being there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because then again,
we got the whole practical effects demonstration with Star Wars. That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna be raving about the Deadpool trailer, but you know we'll get to that.
All right, but anyways, my overall thoughts. Like I said, it's a kick-ass trailer. It really is. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm more skeptical about Eisenberg Luthor than I was going into this trailer. So that's the one thing I'm kind of like, oh, I hope it's this direction and not the direction. Like, I hope it's more off-putting awkward and not funny awkward, if you know what I mean.
I'm sure it's going to serve a purpose, Dick. I'm optimistic about that.
All right, fair enough. Well, if you're optimistic.
Yeah, so overall, this trailer I think has done a proper job in the first trailer. It was it didn't go exactly how I thought the marketing was going, but that's absolutely fine.
I thought the first trailer wasn't great at all. I thought it was like it had a few good moments here and there, but like I love the shot of Batman, you know, standing on that tower thing or whatever with his cape blowing in the wind. Yeah.
I'm just saying, because I thought the marketing was going a little different, like showing both sides of the fight. But no, this is just showing you this. Just showing something really kind of cool. This is like what the first trailer should have been, like showing us the great Zack Snyderian shots.
Well, I don't necessarily think this is what the first trailer should have been, because I think the first trailer did its job as a teaser, but much like the second Star Wars trailer, I feel like this has gotten a far more positive and overwhelming reaction than the first Star Wars trailer did.
I'll tell you one thing. Part of me kind of usually the way things go, especially with the Batman shows, the third one's always the best. And I don't know. It's like I don't want to.
Oh God, that third Dark Knight Rises trailer.
Oh, I could go on for hours about that. Your point is, the point is like if it follows that suit, I'd love to see the third trailer. However, I don't want anything spoiled, so I'm a little torn on that. Like, I don't want to see too much.
Well, they just came out with a new Fantastic Four trailer, and I'm just like straight up not.
Well, I'll tell you this: at the panel, the only other thing they really announced that was kind of new. Again, the whole neighboring cities thing. But the other thing was that they played the score when people were walking down to the stage, and the score sounds awesome, Tiki.
Oh, did they? Oh,
the main,
cool.
well, at least it's
cool.
like part of the main theme or something. It sounds really cool. It's like basically Batman and Superman meeting in music.
Right.
Sounds really cool. It has like kind of an operatic Batman Mask of the Phantasm meets kind of the bombastic hope of Superman. It sounds really cool. The point is, this trailer got awesome Batman stuff. Again, him running to that thing and Superman like coming to those people's ages. That is psyched me up so much. I can't wait.
All right, so take us out. Take us out.
Well, do you bleed, Tiki? You will.
The red capes are coming.
The red capes are coming.
The red capes are coming.